For me, sleeping with the sanitary towels, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
I cough, I fart.
Where?
I feel like tampons are like safer because it's all the way up in there. Like shove it in and move.
All the way up there. I'm like, don't even touch.
I have nails. I am afraid I may hurt myself.
Whenever I tell a guy, I'm on my period. Sasa shaboeka.
Noela Nyeshine. Hello, Gloria. Sasa imagine siku rosta yote mme Bluetooth.
Watch.
Hi, this is Noella from Unfiltered.
I'm Marlene from Space Yako the Podcast.
It's Gladwell from Space Yako the Podcast.
It's a beautiful day to be a black woman. This is Monday the Great from Unfiltered.
You guys, what do you prefer, like when using sanitary towels or menstruation products?
I prefer the tampons, but at night, because I had this thing about it not being healthy. Unaweza kuwa decapitated juu blood flow to your legs. So that's why at night now I prefer the regular pads when babe on a budget, because tampons are quite pricey.
Yeah.
So when that time comes and shingly kidogo, you know, it's not looking good, bruv, then I'll go on the pad side.
Okay.
But when, yay, bank a lot,
Yeah.
come on,
Tampons.
all the way. I feel like tampons are like safer because it's all the way up in there. Like shove it in and move.
Huyu ni ambassador wa tampon.
Nakupatia trauma to all the way up there. I'm like, don't even touch.
This is a habit of mine. Once I open a sanitary towel, I
Smell check.
I sniff it. And it's
Okay.
like my nose tells me this is a good one, this is not a good one. If it smells a bit too plasticky,
Then you can tell.
Yeah,
Can you tell the
time ya
quality by the
kuchomeka.
scent?
No, not scent, only scent and touch and feel.
What will it feel like?
No,
The more
touching
cottony,
it, touching it and how it feels like when I wear it.
Okay.
Is this you every time you're menstruating, or is this you trying to select a product for you to be using
No,
regularly?
I'm a sniffer. I even sniff food, even fresh bread. I sniff.
Okay.
I nearly sniff everything, so it's just part of
just
me.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I sniff.
I prefer pads as well. I have experimented like all the products. Tampons, I think I'm so sensitive, and there's just something about down there
Do you
that I
feel
don't want to put
intruded?
anything
What about a cup?
in there.
You've
I
tried a
think-
cup?
Yeah, I have tried a cup. I have
How
cups.
was the experience?
Not so good as well. I just don't like
Is
things
it
going in there.
intrusive like the tampon as well? Like, wanna feel there's something in here?
I also think it's just psychological.
Oh.
That I'll
You can
keep.
tune it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also I think pads are safe, and pads with wings, so
Yeah,
that
with
I can
wings.
attach. And then they are easy. I feel like they're easy to manage. Just going and I don't have to squat. I don't know what angle and what angle
the
to get
angles,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Pads introduced to me from primary school. So let me say they were the first products that I knew about.
Yeah.
So definitely I was safer. But then I can also say that I have gotten tampons and a menstrual cup. And they even sent me a message via WhatsApp walikuwa wananiambia, hey Gladwell, we give you menstrual cups and we'd like for you to give us a review about vile umetumia na vile umeserve. It still lies new as hell pale kwa cabinet yangu tu hapo chini because I couldn't get myself to insert that thing.
Try?
Let me tell you something. Time. You know, you need to wash your hands. You need to wash it. Like the sanitation around you using a menstrual cup.
It's
Lazima, it's something that is so crucial. I have nails. I am afraid I may hurt myself.
When you have your stilettos.
Exactly, man.
How
So
am I gonna insert a cup?
yeah,
with
and I'm not like
stilettos?
really against ati cups. It works for whoever it works for, right? I'm still summoning that courage. Tatumia your menstrual cup then kuja ni wapate
tell
review
us
because
the
I left
review.
them on red. I didn't respond because siwezi peana review.
Something you
Yeah.
haven't tried.
Na wakiniona hapa waone
But
sikutumia.
glad we took it to use it.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
you're going to get the courage to do it.
Yeah, well, later on,
Personally,
maybe.
I prefer tampons.
Okay.
In fact, even better, Tampax, like the ones with the applicator. That's what I used, but I think that's the brand name. They became more and more pricey. Like they went from 300 bob, 500 bob. Right now, I can't find them anywhere. For me, sleeping with the sanitary towels, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
I cough, I fart, it's a mess.
I actually learned the safest way, and this is what I practice now, to like sleep with pads is to get one with wings and one without. So this one you put it the normal way and then the other one you put it like across on your butt.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like watu hawajui ni nini. Literally last week on Friday, I was out with my friends. Nikatoa panty liner zangu. Nikamuza, unajui ni nini? Mmoja kanambia ni pad, mwingine kanambia ni tampon.
Au kwamba ni wipes?
Sikwambia ni wipes. I was just telling them, ini panty liner. Then ndio nikamuuliza, do you know at what point mtu anapaswa kutumia panty liner? Much light is not really shed on how to use these other products to the other gender. And I mean, lazima pia wajue.
At what point do you use it?
Let me say before my ovulation nakuanga na like lots of discharge. So I'll use my panty liner. Then pia siku za mwisho za periods zangu.
When periods actually have a mind of their own, like you think like you've finished, you think it's over. So you're like, I don't need this part. And then when you just remove it just like this, there's always that bloop. You're like, oh damn. Yeah, that comes in handy. Yeah.
It comes in handy.
This begs the question, like, do people openly discuss about menstruation?
I think it depends on the audience for real. Because kuna vitu mingi tunasema hapa tu na si nangi saa zingine kusema like just out there. It aren't anything shameful. Ndio maana tunasema zinamaliziwe unaongea about them anywhere and everywhere. Alikuwa hata kuna time tuliambiwa this story. Sikumbuki nani alikuwa amesema bali alisema alikuwa ameenda kubuy hizo tu sanitary towels then zikarapiwa na magazeti kana kwamba zinafichwa. We don't do that here.
I saw that. I saw that. The discussion is not really deep. The conversation unaweza ongea tu na mtu kumwambia ati kuna periods actually ni ile uko na pad nasikia uchungu nini cramps.
I feel like again they are openly enclosed. You will get like these mentorship sessions. I think Lado looked at so many with girls in the community. And when safe spaces are created, you can see people are openly sharing about them. But then the message does not pass beyond those doors or those walls. And openly enclosed again in another scenario is at home. Like when a girl starts their periods and their mother is like, even ndio unaweka hivi usicheze na vijana utashika mimba, like that is the conversation period. So you get the enclosement thing. The enclosement thing does not touch on you will feel pain, this is what is normal, this is not.
When I first got my periods, my mom wasn't there. It was my auntie and the maid, and they told me, here pads,
you do your thing.
The most embarrassing thing was how to dispose of those pads. But then nilikuwa nakunja na tupa nje dirisha tu.
Dirisha choo.
Tumia yangu.
Walikuwa wametuambia kuhusu urogi. So I don't know kama kulikuwa na like such a notion.
So damu yako hata nywele
exactly. So with that, mimi nilikuwa najua siwezi tupa sanitary towel aimlessly ati nitupe tu nje ya dirisha because mtu atachukua. Primary school I was like tuseme hiyo tu class 6 no we had like our first discussion wakakuja wakatuonyesha vile you have to put on a pad. Then I had like some really cute panties that was also given. Then nikazeka home. So I was just waiting sasa hata mimi ninyeshe because at some point inakani kama I have accomplished something. Like you as a woman you don't matter now. You get but
it was an actual thing.
Okay, I think
you had an actual thing. Our school, if you were having your period, it was a whole big deal. A girl stands up, she has stained her dress. You go to the loo, someone comes with water to wash her dress. And it's like, girls assemble. When she's saying like it was an actual accomplishment, ask me about it. Like it was, because I waited.
You waited.
Okay.
And when it, I know the feeling. Woo. I'm a woman. Ask about me.
To us, it was a shameful thing. They will look at your body size and maybe how bloomy you are. If you have breasts, if maybe you're curvy, they'll be like, "Uyu ameshaanza periods zake," and then they include you in the circle.
Class 4.
Yeah.
They'll call you
Marlene Kanja, and it was always that English teacher. It's also how they handled it, honestly, because I don't think it will be so much shameful if they will just come in class and be like, okay, so boys, I want you to join us in this session. We're going to talk about something that happens, because it was there in science, but it was just touching on what menstruation is and boom,
Yeah,
close
you
books.
mentioned by passing.
yeah.
How like in depth.
I remember, I think it was a very interesting talk, and boys were called. Someone from a certain sanitary towel company came. Then the person who came to talk to us also was a certain Catholic priest.
Where? Mwanamume.
Mzungu kwanza. Someone was asked, do you use, who uses tampons? She said she does. You should have seen the way everyone was there.
Reaction.
Hey! Alafu I think mwalimu mmoja akasema, lakini unajua kona hips wide sana, tunaelewa. Then everyone started looking at her funny, like she's not a virgin. I said the education, I don't feel it was sufficient or it was
so
good
many
for me.
misconceptions.
No, but now people used to respect her. Then she was after
Respect her because she's using tampons.
yeah, she can take it.
She can take it.
By the hata nikitoka hapo mimi hata sikufeel kama kuna education nimepewa.
Wallahi.
Alafu sasa huko home namba niwache kucheza blada na kati na shake.
Nyinyi mkisikia menstruation mnaonanga kama ni kuna anything more to it than it being a flow. Unajua definitely kusema menstruation unajua it's a flow, a cycle. Na kuna mtu akona heavy, kuna mtu akona nini. So like ina jimanifest aje.
There's a smell.
It's more than a flu.
Inanuka kama iron. Unajua smell ya damu.
Oh, yeah.
Hakuna mtu ashainiambia jo hiyo kitu. Because I would have just thought, so I'm hideous. I'm smelling. Who am I? What am I? I'm dirty.
Yeah.
It's so wrong. Like people don't say that. Like there's
You're
a
just
smell.
moving
But
around
just sweat ya mtu
oblivious.
pia uchenjingi. That is something that people should talk about and let it be known it's quite normal. Kwa sababu hapa ukinidunga umwage damu yangu hapa.
After some time, it will smell. Yeah,
Exactly.
And even attached to that, I think even how we used to know some people were on their menses is because of the smell.
Hapo kamnuko.
And again, on education bit, it's because we were not told even how regular to change the
Yeah,
pads.
frequency,
Like
yeah.
inaja na ikija itanuka. And again, because of economic reasons, just to save, you have one packet that was donated to your school 3 months ago.
It's more than a flow kwa sababu kutakuwa na like the cramping, si ndio? Sasa una manifest na physical cramps. Na kuna people who have the cramps bad.
Severe.
But nikijisema sinanga cramps actually. Sinanga cramps.
How lucky.
So God's favorite here. God's favorite.
The orgy
But
for
yeah,
time.
I pia wewe. Haya, ona vile tuna twin na huyo. Haya, sawa.
Ask about us.
Kuna like the pain kwa breasts zinakuwa like so tender. Mtu akipita kidogo
sensitive.
exactly. Ndio hiyo hormones nazo zina fluctuate hapo,
Hormone
estrogen,
surges.
progesterone zote nakumbuka tulisoma.
And sometimes it's nausea.
Yeah.
Sometimes your face just breaks out.
Yup.
Na pia kuna bloat.
You know those memes, I thought I was crying over something and then my period comes and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
that
knew I
was the
wasn't a
reason.
weak.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it has a toll like on the whole being
Yeah.
that you are, whether
It's not
emotionally,
just the
physically.
flow, it comes with a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe just to mention on something, like cramps should not be normalized because normalizing it, there might be underlying issues. You don't have to go through all this hassle. That is why Wazzii has a chatbot. If you want to access the chatbot and maybe ask some of the questions that she is asking or we are asking ourselves about periods, menstruation, reproductive health, just go on www.wazzii.ke and you'll get access to the chatbot.
Yeah.
Haya. How do you like to be handled when you're having the emotions going on?
When I'm having the emotions. Well, I had someone who used to read the signs and tell.
Read the signs?
Yeah, he was actually very emotionally intelligent. He would tell by the way, like nonverbal cues. Anajua, I can't say it all cuts like across. This is what I like. Because sometimes it comes with anger. I do not want to see your big nose around me. Get out of my house. Sometimes I'm very foodie. I would just want to eat, stuff my face.
Well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also a foodie. Na pia like chocolates work for me. Like apart from like the sugary treats and stuff, like kuna other dietary needs that somebody should like look into. Foods rich in iron, right?
Yeah.
Like kama ni kina red meat,
That's
liver.
usually the time I visit the mama mboga.
Zina boost the iron levels because you're still shedding like some out of your body either way.
Religiously, even me growing up as a Christian, I honestly don't remember anything that I was taught in church where
About
menstruation. The only thing I remember was that woman who had bled like for 12 years. Then he touched Jesus' garment. Then he's like, who has touched me? Was there somewhere in the Bible where they had mentioned she was smelling?
No.
But no one was really interacting with her.
Yeah, she was isolated.
Yeah, she was isolated. That was it.
Even in youth service, youth
Was there
back
anything
in
more?
Was there any discussions about menstruation?
No.
Not that I recall of personally.
Like, did anyone learn about menstruation in church?
Did I learn? It was more of a question that came up. In the book of Leviticus, kuna place ilikuwa inasema, ati if you're in your periods, you go, unavaa nini, you pray, you don't interact with people, you don't do. So like we wanted to get the context, like does it still apply to us now?
Maybe back then there was stigma around menstruation. So women, nyinyi endeni mkae pale.
It definitely is giving stigma.
Alafu, ndo mkuje mtu join. But I don't think it was like, you know, when you women yesha, you smell of iron. So now to consider the rest of the praying community. So to consider the rest of the guys, how about you just, I don't think they were looking at it from that perspective. It was just that unholy and clean.
Yeah.
You go cleanse yourselves, be clean, and then come. There are people whose partners don't even know when they're on their period. They don't even care.
How would they not know?
We were looking at it in the perspective of they're actually people who are in relationships and don't get treatment that they would wish to get from a partner because maybe they don't want to seem nagging or their partner is just ignorant. The only time they will know their partner is on periods is when they want to have sex and they refuse. They're like, no, because there are people who can't have sex. And then they're like, unanyesha. Then it's like, unanyesha. And that is like the conversation of period in the relationship.
And then they're like actual partners who they don't want to be around you during that time because you're moody, you're needy, you're like there's no that much support around your significant other during that time. Does your partner know which brand you use or which menstrual product you use?
My expectation has always been, or was always, like whenever I tell a guy, we've planned, I'm coming over to your house, we are doing this, we are doing whatever it is that we're doing. Then I'm like, I'm on my period. I've always expected the guys to say, okay, so I see, then we'll meet some other time. Sasa shaboeka. I think huwa alikuwa nasema next. Mimi sikuwa nashika.
Alikuwa na tick the roster. Noela Nyeshain.
Nyeshain.
Gloria. Hello, Gloria.
Gonna call the next substitute.
Atina nyesha. Sasa imagine siku roster yote Bluetooth.
Ladies, this has been a very interesting conversation. The thing about menstrual flow, the phases, zote zenye tumesema, ni normal. Tuna normalize such conversations. Huku Kenya, tuwekwe hizo like dispensers za kuweka nini, sanitary towels, the same way they just give condoms for free. This is just my own like nini. So the way wanataka to impose ma taxes kwa sanitary towels, it's gonna be a crisis. And there is no shame to do it, period. I hope we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in and for staying with us throughout this episode. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.